sense?
Not here.
Okay. Here we go.
So you look at both sides of the half reaction. You
Yeah,
can find the ions.
yeah. You find the ionic forms, and yeah. So now the next question, part C. Which ions will be oxidized by dissolved oxygen in water at pH 0? I'm asking which ions specifically. Well, in order to be oxidized, again, it's going to have to be a lower reduction potential. So any ion that has the where the ion being the reduced form, where the ion is the reduced form, if its reduction potential is less than the reduction potential of oxygen, oxygen will oxidize it. So copper, for example, is a good example. The metallic copper has reduction potential. Copper plus 2 ions have a reduction potential of 0.34 volts. And so copper is stable in acid. But even a weak acid like vinegar, you treat copper, it'll eventually dissolve. Because the dissolved oxygen in the acid will oxidize it. So that's a more dramatic example, but now I'm asking which ions are going to be oxidized. The ion has to have a reduction potential that is less than 1.23 volts. And it has to be the reduced form of that couple. So we're looking at the right-hand side. And so I have the bromide ion, which is the reduced form of the bromine couple, is below 1.23 volts. So bromide will be oxidized slowly by dissolved oxygen. So since, so for example, say E naught bromide 1.065, which is less than therefore So bromide would be the one out of that. Oh man, people are going to have fun with this with the wrong key. So the bromide ion is
Maybe we should do this test on Thursday so we can look in there.
They didn't come to the recitation.
No.
So it doesn't
Well,
matter.
some people work. There's like a lot of people that work.
Well, we'll put this information up as it should be up before the test. If need be, we may move the test, but I'm gonna think about that one very, very long and hard. I may have a quiz on Tuesday, and then we'll have the test on Thursday.
There's always the retakes.
Yeah, there's always the retakes.
If we take it ahead of time, when it's time for the retake, instead of the retake.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So the only one where the reduced form is ionic and the reduction potential is less than that of oxygen is the bromide ion, because the ionic form of manganese 2+, the reduced form, in that couple is greater than 1.23, so it's not going to be touched. So I would expect bromide to be the answer there.
So we
Yeah.
just completely ignore the left side of all of these.
Well, it's going to, yeah, because it's going to be oxidized.
Okay.
So it's the oxidized part of a couple, the part that's in a couple that's oxidized is the reduced form of the couple, the one on the right-hand side. Yes, Robert?
So how come we disregard the 0.6 volts added on?
Yeah.
Oh, because we're not talking about water. We're talking about dissolved oxygen in water. Water's not participating in this.
Okay.
It's
So it's
oxygen.
like a saturated solution.
No, it's just dissolved oxygen. It's oxygen is the thing that's being oxidized, is the oxidizing agent. It's oxygen's being reduced. It's a good oxidizer, and so it will oxidize any. And the question was which ions, and so I'm looking for ions where the reduced form of the couple, so that's going to be on the right-hand side, is ionic. And the only one that there are two that satisfy that. One's bromide, and the other's manganese. And the manganese has a reduction potential of 1.51 volts, which is above that of oxygen. So oxygen is not going to oxidize it. Okay, it's not going to be able to reduce oxygen. And so, but the bromide does fall in that category. So the bromide would be actually attacked. And we could extend this argument to, and like I did briefly when I was talking about, for example, copper will gradually be oxidized by dissolved oxygen in water. Yeah.
I have a question on B.
On B,